friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 96. Oh my goodness. I said something to Ryan when I was writing out my notes, and he was like, oh yeah, that was a good year. And I was like, that was a good year. So anyway, welcome everybody. Admin, my name is Lori. I live in Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our cat Daisy. It's still weird to say only one cat. But anyway, let's not go there. I love to crochet. I love to knit. I like to sew. I don't get as much time sewing as I would like, but I like to sew. And you can find all that. All my social media is linked down below. Instagram, Ravelry, my email. All of that is there. So I am recording today like I'm scheduled to. Ryan and I were actually planning to go to Michigan today to go see my parents. Ryan wants to see their new house, all of that. And while this morning would have been fine, coming home later this evening would not be. They're supposed to get like 3 inches of snow up there, and we're supposed to get like 2. And then just driving around the Lake Michigan, the tip of Lake Michigan, and Indiana and Michigan and Illinois can be quite dangerous. So when it's snowing, so we decided to stay home, hoping we can go next weekend. So we shall see. So yeah, so I'm recording today. It is Saturday afternoon. Ryan and I are going out to dinner with some friends. We just got back from a Disney cruise, and so we're just gonna chit chat, talk all things Disney cruise. They actually just went on the same ship that we're getting ready to go on. They had the same itinerary. They even had a Marvel Day at Sea, so we're gonna be picking their brain about what to expect. So very excited about that. And then last night we had to stay up late. Not real late, but we were up late uploading all of our documents, our passport stuff, and our flight information to the cruise app, so they have all information. And we got our check-in time for Monday, for the Monday when we leave on the ship. So we are less than 30 days now. Ha! It's coming. Anyway, but before then, I get to watch videos on Microsoft Excel. So at work, my manager signed us up for Udemy, I don't know how to say it, but it's an online business class place. I don't know. It's a website where they have lots of videos where you can watch, where you can learn how to do different things. It's like my manager was learning how to give constructive criticism. That was her video. My other coworker, she was watching one on MailChimp, which is email, a mass email distributor kind of thing. Found out we've been kind of doing things illegally, so we gotta fix that. But now we know, and so we'll fix it. And then I've been watching stuff on Excel. So she assigned me 2 modules. The first one was only 4 hours long, and that was painful. It was horrible. Yeah. giving wrong answers to the quizzes at the end of each video, not having the materials available for download so you could do the exercises that they wanted you to do. I mean, it was bad. So I was like, well, I got through it. We'll be fine. Don't feel like I learned a whole lot from that one just because it was bad. And then the other module that she wanted me to watch is 32 hours long. So I was like, that's gonna take a while. She's like, that's fine. You have, like, you can get it done before March 15th. I like that. I was like, okay. Like, do you mind if I stay home, like work from home those days, and just like I'll pick one day a week, and I'll be at home, and that's all I'll do is watch the Excel. Well, not all I'll do, but she's like, yeah, that's fine, not a problem. So these videos going over the same things that the other one did, but instead of spending 2 minutes on it, they're spending like 16 minutes on it, and so it's a lot easier. And the lady is easier to understand and just explains it better. So thankful for that. My goodness, why am I yawning? Then yeah. So yesterday I was watching videos and I learned how to make different charts and stuff from the data. And so I was like, oh, let me try it on our weekly goal report. So we have these goals and let's see if we've met them. And so I made a bar chart, and it was purple, of course. And I was like, hey, look what I've learned. And they were like, oh, great, you know. But I transposed some things on the two, and so they were like, well, can you make it this way? And I was like, guys, I'm just showing you something. It's not like I'm going to be doing this every time. And then my boss was like, well, I don't like the purple, being joking because, you know, it's what we do. He's like, I don't like the purple. Can you make it like a grayscale kind of thing? So I went in and I fixed the graph, like had the goal on each side, on the same side versus like what we've received. Anyway, and then I made it gray, and then I was like, here you go, fixed it. He's like, I was just joking about the gray. It's like, I know. It's like, but next week maybe I'll do it black and yellow like Iowa, which is his favorite team. Although, ooh, black and yellow. Anyway. As a Kentucky girl who bleeds blue and a purple girl who loves purple, I don't think I'll do those colors. So anyway, shall we get on with the yarny goodness? I think we should. Okay, I have 2 finished objects to show you. I mean, like, I just sat here and woven all the ends. So they are officially done. First one I want to show you. Well, I was hoping to take out to Michigan this weekend, but anyway, it'll still be here for next week. But it's the recliner cover for my dad. Or, yeah, let's call it recliner cover. So he wanted it to be a pocket. He wanted it to have a pocket so he could put speakers through. So when he's sitting in his recliner, the speakers are like right here. Not a problem. But the stitch that I chose, sorry, I feel like I've already got a fuzzy. We just started this podcast. Anyway, so I started it with the blanket stitch, and as I was working along, it's like, it's too long for what I need, and this is gonna be too bumpy. It'll feel weird on his head, you know, because he's sitting back and just have this lumpy thing behind him. So I frogged it all and started over. Just did plain single crochet, and I then where I wanted to make the pocket, I did back loop only single crochet. So at the bottom, so I started here and then I did the back loop. So then when I flipped it up to create the pocket, that part will be at the bottom and it'll lay flatter than what it was. So, and then I stitched it together, the one end to create the pocket. I stitched it as I was going along. So it's very seamless. You don't have a seam where the pocket ends or starts. Anyway, so I don't even have the ball bands with me. I used Lion Brand yarn Hue Plus Me, which is from Two of Wands. Anyway, she was collaborating with Lion Brand for this. In the colorway Juniper. So it is a thick, bulky yarn. Definitely hurt my hands working on it because I'm so used to fingering weight anymore. But here's the blanket. Like, it's all folded in half, so ta-da! There you can kind of see how big it is. And then here's the pocket right here. And it stretches enough that I think we can get the speakers in. Oh! So I'm glad to have that done. We'll give that to him next week. My other finished object. I'm gonna set it here. I was living in my lobster bag. The yarn that I was using, this was Loops and Thread wool-like yarn in the colorway black. And then my other color is Three Irish Girls in their Adorn Sport, which is 80% merino, 20% nylon, and the colorway Margaritaville. And the hat that I was doing, yes, I already spoiled it, it's a hat, was the Alaska hat, which I printed out a color picture for you so you can see what it looks like. Well, I should say you can see what it's supposed to look like. So they use like a very ombre kind of gradient colorway there. So it's supposed to look like the Aurora Borealis coming through. Mine, since it is not like a gradient, it's a variegated yarn, it looks very different. When I was like beginning the trees, if you hear that water, it's my heating system that's like right here. So when I was working on the trees, it just like I was like, this looks horrible, this looks horrible, I don't like this, I don't like this. And then I was like, all this work and I don't like it. But then I got to the top where it's more of the variegated and it looks better. So you ready to see it? Ta-da! So I just sewed on this faux fur pom-pom, which I got at Joann's. Last time you saw, I had just finished the black brim and was getting ready to start the color work. So, oh my goodness. So, yeah. I mean, it's still not like how I would want it to look, but I still love this. Like, I like how it turned out. So yeah, I did try it on. It does fit. I was worried about the floats on the inside, if that would be a problem, but nope. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I knit color work. Oh my gosh. And I love the pom-pom on top. I don't like yarn pom-poms. I don't like those. I'm always afraid they're going to fall apart on me, so I get faux fur ones and sew a button on the inside. So glad it's done and it turned out okay. So yeah, here are my floats on the inside. Definitely adds to the warmth of the hat, that's for sure. And then there you go. So I have a button right here to hold my pom-pom on, and then I can take that off when I wash it. Although I will probably only hand wash this. So yeah. Done. Make some progress. I have 4. Yeah. I've been going a little crazy lately, like, I'm gonna start all the projects. That's not usually me. Like, I'm usually like, have a few, like 3. So having 4. And I'm gonna add some more. Anyway, okay. So we'll start with the knitting, because that's what I want to start with. First one, living in my Disney Cruise bag, are my cruise countdown socks. So last time you saw, I just finished this stripe, and then I did these 2 stripes. So every week I'm doing another stripe of color. On the foot, I started with doing 20 rows per stripe, per week, I should say. And then I was like, once I got past the heel, I was like, those are going to be crazy long socks. So I went to just 10 stripes. Well, 10 rows. So I didn't have a lot of this color left. So that is 1 week. That is another week, week. So these colors that I have added, this is April Showers. This is Spumoni Stripes, which is on this sock over here. And then we have Shades of Red. And then we have Nebula, which is on the sock over here. So I've started where I'm repeating colors, but I'm putting them on the other sock. So if it was on this sock and I pull that color, then it's going to go down this side. So I've already started, like, I attached these 2 colors. These 2 colors are next. And so those are ready to go for, I usually work on it on Mondays when I'm at Love Knots. And I get, so I, like the first hour, I work on that. And then, or however long it takes me. And then I usually have another project because I know I can finish 10 rows of a sock, of a pair of socks in less than 2 hours. Oh, show you the heels. So yeah, so these are gonna be so fun. I have another pair of stripey, like, scrap yarn socks that I love, but they kind of got felted a little. There's one yarn that just, it felted so bad. And of course it's like near the ball of my foot, where my foot is the widest. That's where that stripe is. And so I still wear them. They're a little uncomfortable, but I don't care. And actually I've kind of moved them from my box of socks to my pajama drawer, and I was like, I'll just wear these when I go to bed, like on those really, really cold nights when you need extra warmth. Those will be perfect. So I started another pair of socks because I was like, I need something small that I can carry in my purse when I go to church, when we're on a long car ride. I just need something that I can just mindlessly knit knit, 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 knit. Because I got into the color work of my hat, so I was like, I don't trust myself just to be working on that when I really need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Yeah. So I started another pair of socks. They're living in my bright, fun sock bag that I got from a lady at church for my birthday. The colorway is this. So it's blue and pink. Let me find the ball bit here. Where did it go? There it is. So it is chameleon hand-dyed yarn. She is actually from this area, so I've yet to meet her though. But anyway, this is on her 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and the colorway is called Morning Glory. And yeah, so all my socks I use 2 at a time. I get to where I have 60 stitches around each sock. I follow the basic toe-up pattern by Wendy Pronger-Geckner. Hi, Wendy. She's my friend. And then for the heel, I do the shadow wrap heel. Well, there's a tutorial on the shadow wrap heel by Denise from Earth Tones Girl. Highly recommend that. I will link it down below. Yeah. And then I just knit the leg as long as I want it. So, ready to see my socks? Oh. Here they are. Ta-da! So, I mean, they are micro stripes of the blue and the pink. I'm liking them a lot. I have a stitch marker over here to let me know this is the first sock. That's the trick when you're knitting socks 2 at a time, is you need to make sure you remember which one is the first sock that you're working on. So here's my stitch marker. It is, let's see if we can see it. Focus. There you go. It's actually the Chicago Water Tower. Sorry, my nails look bad. So yeah, these were from I got a pack of stitch markers from the Chicago Yarn Crawl. So that was in there. Which, I have been to the water tower. It's really nice. Really cool looking. Okay. Next project. You have seen this one. Speaking of the Chicago Yarn Crawl, it's living in my Chicago Yarn Crawl bag from 2021. Right? Yes. In here are all my yarns. I actually have 2 bags of yarn in here. I have this one from Jill. This is all my Advent yarns from my Advent swap. Oh, and there's a lavender sachet in here. Smells so good in there. So this is 2021 Advent yarns are in here. And then in this bag, cute Christmas bag, are all of my 2022 Advent yarns. You can only see, those are some big balls. Anyway, so the pattern that I am doing is by my friend Kalisha. It is the Just Feel Cozy wrap, but I made it extra wide, so it's actually going to be a blanket. So yeah, it is a granny stitch chevron pattern. And so, you ready to see? I've done quite a bit of work on this. Usually, part of the reason why I asked to work from home and watch those Excel videos is so it's like, I'm sitting there just watching, I'm not gonna look like I have to be doing something. So it's like if I'm at home, I can crochet. I won't get weird looks, but I'm still learning. So you all know how that is. So this gets a lot of love as I'm watching Excel videos. So here we are. I think I tripled the size of it. But yeah, it's hard to show this properly. But so last time you saw, I was here on this brown stripe, and then I've done this cream and this pink, and I started this, it's actually like green and purple stripe. And when I fit, like, obviously you can tell here, I started in the middle of the row when I changed colors. So like I'm not really, oh, getting close, so let me finish this row and then start that. No, I'm just going as it goes. For some reason my foundation row is really tight, so it's curling weird. The foundation row is loops and thread wool like in the color in white. So I have that for the foundation row. I will have that in between the 2 years, and then I will have it at the end as well. So, or I may add next year's on there too. I don't know. We shall see. Jill and Jennifer and I have yet to talk about if we're gonna do it this year. I would like to. I've started saving yarn for it. If anybody else wants to join, let me know. Email me. I'd be happy to. So it's a yarn, scrappy yarn. So like you don't go buy yarn for it. It's scrappy yarn. Yeah, leftovers, 20 grams. And then I send some to Jill and some to Jennifer, and Jennifer sends some to me and some to Jill, and yeah, it all works out great. So that is a fun project. That is like super cool. I love that one. And then my fourth and final making progress is a new one that you haven't seen yet, although I did talk about it. So you kind of know what it is. It is living in my Mary Poppins bag, because what's not to love about Mary Poppins? So yeah, I heart Mary Poppins, and then I found these pins in Orlando. It's Mickey and Minnie dressed as Mary and Bert. It's my favorite. So the pattern that I'm doing, I'm having issues with this pattern. We'll go into it, but the pattern is called the Door Shawl by Cat Golden. That is where it is. Let me pull out the yarns that I'm using. I have this one and this one. Let me get my yarn bands, ball bands. Okay, so RMR yarn is this one. RMR yarn is the yarn from my local yarn shop. This is on their fingering sack base. So it is 75-25. This is the colorway name. Gotitas de Rocio. I'm gonna work on it, guys. But it means, oh gosh, I have a fuzzy in my eye. But it means morning dew. And this is a colorway that they designed for their mother, like in memory of her. My other yarn is from Distortion Fibers, but is made specifically for Miss Pearl, my other local yarn shop. You can kind of see the colorway name there. This is a 75-25. It's gorgeous purple. And the colorway is called Ruth, which Miss Pearl named after her grandmother. But when I saw it, like, that's my grandmother's name. So I was like, I need this yarn. And then Cat Golden named the door shawl after her grandmother. So it all works. So I'm kind of like, this is in honor of all grandmothers and mothers out there as well. So first of all, I did the shawl with the recommended hook size, and I did it starting the way you're supposed to. But you get this weird little nub in the middle of the shawl that I was like, nope, don't like that. So I took it out. Started again with a magic circle. And then I worked it all. So this is the first section that I did. I did the entire first section. Look how tiny it is. So, yeah, so you're doing back loops. So, I mean, it'll stretch when you block it. It'll stretch pretty good. But, like, can't really see in this picture, but like the first section, look how far down, like that's the first stripe. Like, wait a second, that's not right. So unless they've zoomed in on this thing like crazy. So I did notice other people had put notes about it, and one lady, she went up, so you're supposed to use like an E hook, which is 3.5. She went up to a J hook, which is 6.0 millimeters. So I went and got my J hook and I redid it. And I was doing it in the back loop, like you're supposed to. That looked horrible. So I went back and did it again, using both loops, like a regular stitch. And I do like that more, but still, the first section is just really small still. Now when it's blocked, you know, it will stretch, especially since I use such a bigger hook. It will stretch a lot more. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add more sections than she has in the pattern. Plus, the next wedge she calls the short row wedge. So you're supposed to like just put a few short rows over here, so it'll make it like lopsided. And I'm looking at her pictures, I'm like, yours is not lopsided, why? And then I'm looking at other people's patterns or projects, and they have a definite lopsidedness to it. And I'm just like, what is going on here? So this may end up not being the Doris shawl at all. It'll be Doris-like, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, but I still love these colors together. They're just gorgeous. So what I was thinking of doing was doing the white be the main color, just so when you get those pops of blue and purple, it'll be easier to see. But when you get to the bottom part, like here for the border, I'm sure like that will do that yarn justice. So this yarn justice, because you just have these speckles throughout, and I love that. So that is a frustrating making progress, but we'll get there. Oh, and I'm thinking I might even just use this bit. So I was thinking like I would use this as a bookmark, which would be fitting for my grandmother, who basically gave me the love of reading. So I figured that would be a nice tribute with the Ruth yarn to make a bookmark. I may just take it out and do something else with it, but make a bookmark out of this yarn. So we shall see. Okay. Projects that are going to be started soon. if you didn't know already, I'm going on a Disney cruise. And I need projects to take with me to work on, you know, on our downtime that we have. Actually, I'd like to have a project with me because it helps my anxiety. Like, it helps me like focus on something while I'm working. While I'm waiting for the plane, while I'm waiting to board the ship, all of that. So, let me show you what I'm going to take with me. I have 3 projects. But there's a reason why I'm taking 3 with me. So, first of all, I'm going to show you the Crochet Project. Living in this cute little Mickey and Minnie bag. I always have a crochet project for the plane because if my needles were ever taken from a knitting project, I would die. If my hook is taken, not a problem. I can deal with that. I'll just be bored in the airport. But cute little Mickey and Minnie bag. The pattern that I'm going to do is warm and simple fingerless gloves. Who designed this? I don't even know. I'll find out the designer and put it on the screen. With the yarn that I'm using, I got in 2021. So it's about time I use it now. Yeah, in 2023. It is Allegheny Fiber Arts. And this gorgeous color. Okay, so it is her DK weight. So it's only 200 yards. It's 100% superwash merino, and the colorway is called Color Wheel. So you got all these colors. There's some purple speckles there. Oh my gosh, I love this blue on this end. So this I will skein it. I will ball up, and I will put it in my carry-on bag, and I will start it at the airport. Because crochet projects I can start anywhere, not a problem. So, project number 1. Project number 2, I always like to have a knitting project. I don't know why. I always like to have a knitting project on a cruise, although I've been on so many cruises. So, because we're going on a Marvel Day at Sea cruise, I made my own Marvel bag with a little handle. My little tabs for the zipper, a Black Widow, because there she is. She's just amazing. I love that color, that liner as well at the bottom. The fabric on the inside. Let me show you. You have, where is she? Which one is she? Oh, she's the light blue one there. There's Black Widow. So I'm gonna do a pair of socks because those are easy and I don't have to really think too much about them. I got a new pair of needles just for that occasion. So the yarns that I'm using. So I'm gonna call these my Dream Socks because we're going on the Disney Dream. That's the name of the ship. And these colors make me think of dreams. Yeah. So this will be heels, toes, and cuffs. It is Cascade Heritage, which is 75/25. And the colorway Placid Blue, I believe. Because there's only a number on here. But I think it's Placid Blue. Then this colorway. I'm thinking it's self-striping rainbow yarn. Yeah, it says hand-dyed self-striping. Merino yarn. It's Earth Yarns, and it's their unique fingering. This does not have a colorway. It is the colorway number 3004. And the sun is coming out. Anyway. So yeah, I'm very excited to have some dreamy rainbow socks. One thing that I liked about the Earth Yarns is they have knit one, plant one. Earth Yarns plants a tree in Africa for each skein sold. In partnership with Trees for Our Future, when people learn how to give back to the land gives back to them. So, I was like, ooh, it's rainbow, it's self-striping, sock yarn, and it's for a good cause. So, okay, so, project number 2. Project number 3. So excited about this one. It is living in a bag that was given to me by my friend Kalisha. It is such an adorable bag. It has my 2 favorite Disney princesses on here, Tiana and Rapunzel. And I thought I heard Ryan come up the stairs. He's probably on his way. But anyway, so I'm going to be making the Bankhead hat by Susie Gourlay. This yarn. The reason why I'm taking it on the cruise, there's a reason. So, this is the colorway. This is the yarn. Oh my gosh. It is amazing. So it is RMR yarn from my local yarn shop. It is their Aran worsted weight yarn, so it's thicker. That's why I need to do the Bankhead hat, because that's a thicker, it calls for it, Aran worsted weight yarn. This is the colorway Ofrenda. Of course, my tongue doesn't like to do Spanish words, but, so, on our trip, we are going to Cozumel, Mexico, which is where they have ofrendas on Day of the Dead. So if you've seen the movie Coco, you will know. But while we're in Cozumel, we're going to be doing an excursion called Alebrija painting. So if you've seen the movie Coco, you've seen the cat and then his little dog turns into one. They're colorful animals. They're like spirit guides for their ancestors. So I was like, oh, we're going to Mexico. I need to take a ofrenda with me to work on. And then I'll just make a nice hat. I will knit all the lovely Mexican sunshine into it. And it'll keep me nice and warm in Chicago when it's snowing. So, very excited about this hat. Ryan was hoping to get a cameo in the video, but nope, not this time. He did come up the stairs. I did hear him. I wasn't hearing things. So anyway, that is all for today. Are you coming back? Crazy boy. He is in there. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Let's sign off before he interrupts. No, he's going downstairs. Okay. Because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth when he tries to interrupt. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I will see you in 2 weeks. And yeah, enjoy your knitting, enjoy your crochet, whatever craft you do. I'll see you later. God bless. Bye.